as a platoon commander and a company commander. He is currently a staff officer at the Multinational Joint Task Force headquarters of the Accra Initiative. Lieutenant Colonel Audu capacities with the United Nations in 4 different countries. These countries are Lebanon, Democratic Republic of Congo, Mali, and Abyei. He's married and blessed with 3 children. His hobbies include reading, exercising, and watching movies. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the band on parade this morning is the Armed Forces Mass Band, comprising personnel drawn from the Ghana Army, Ghana Navy, and the Ghana Air Force. The band is under the command of the band officer, Sub-Lieutenant Teresa Anna Nyaku. The band master is Chief Petty Officer Class 1, Boache Imanuota. The drum majors are Warrant Officer Class 2, Yeboah Robert, Sergeant Bokete Ni Daniel, and Able Seaman Class 1, Boache Isaac. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am Squadron Leader Gabriela Lawson from the Department of Public Relations of the Ghana Armed Forces, your MC for today's program. And my co-MC is
Cassandra Chung Ampofo, the Head of Public Relations for Ghana Education 7. And we are extremely honored and humbled to be your MCs for today. We gather here this morning to celebrate our nation's 68th independence anniversary. And as we mark this milestone, we are reflecting on our journey as a nation, reviewing our progress and resetting our sights on a brighter future. Today's theme, Reflect, Review, and Reset, invites us to take a moment to look back on our achievements, acknowledge our challenges, and recommit to our collective aspirations as a nation. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the learners performing today are drawn from schools within the Accra Metro, Tema West, Ablekumas West, and La Dade Kotopon, all in the greater Accra region. The schools are Tema Senior High School, Ada Technical Institute, Bishop Girls, Services Primary JHS Burma Camp, Dansoman 2, 3, 6 Basic Schools, AME Zion Basic, GOM DA Basic Schools. Distinguished guests, the Ghana Education Service is the largest agency under the Ministry of Education, and the ministry is headed by the Honorable Minister Haruna Idrisu and Mr. Clement Apak as his deputy. The vision of the Ghana Education Service is to create an enabling environment in all educational institutions and directorates that will facilitate effective teaching and learning. The mission is to ensure that all Ghanaian children of school-going age are provided quality education through effective resource management. Professor Ernest Kofi Davis is the Acting Director General with Dr. Manawaru Isahak as the Deputy Director General in charge of Quality and Access. And they are supported by divisional directors, unit directors, the 16 regional directors, and district, municipal, and metropolitan directors.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all is now set for the arrival of dignitaries.
Distinguished guests, while we await the arrival of our dignitaries, permit me to inform you about the key policies being implemented by the Ghana Education Service in fulfillment of the reset agenda. The GES is implementing the essential values for the Ghanaian Youth Handbook. This is the youth developed material which is being implemented by the youth in the pre-tertiary space of education. And the handbook comes at a critical time, offering an effective way to address issues like indiscipline in our schools, will indeed help learners understand and embrace values that are vital for their personal growth and nation building. In addition to this, the Ghana Education Service is also strengthening its safe school policy, which aims to create a secure and an enabling environment for students to learn and thrive. The program seeks to eradicate all forms of violence against children in schools, including bullying, sexual abuse, and other forms of mistreatment. Some of the initiatives being done are sports festivals and activities to promote social cohesion and teamwork. We also have training and capacity building for teachers and school administrators to address violence and promote safety. The development of school health education programs is also geared towards the promoting of physical, social, and mental well-being of all our learners within the pre-tertiary space. And so overall, the Ghana Education Service Safe School Program is a comprehensive initiative that seeks to create a safe, supportive, and inclusive learning environment for all students in Ghana. And therefore, we want to use this opportunity to assure all our stakeholders that indeed our schools are safe and the learners are safe, and effective teaching and learning is also going on smoothly. May I hand over to Squadron Leader Lawson, my co-MC. Thank you.
Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, this morning we are witnessing the 68th Independence Anniversary Parade under the theme Reflect, Review and Reset. distinguished guests, while we await the arrival of the Vice President and President of the Republic, kindly permit me to run you through the composition of the parade. This morning we have 3 contingents drawn from the Ghana Armed Forces. The first contingent, which is an army contingent, is commanded by Captain Danso Eduse Poku and Captain Jonas Janipo. The supernumerary non-commissioned officer is Warrant Officer Class 2 Ofori Hana. The second contingent, which is the Navy contingent, is commanded by Lieutenant Ghana Navy John Selom Kwete and Lieutenant Ghana Navy Najmuddin Mumuni. And the supernumerary non-commissioned officer are Petty Officer Class 2 Kotoka Staniel and Petty Officer Class 2 Idrisu Yakubu. The last contingent, which is the Air Force contingent, is commanded by Flight Lieutenant Obel Parkwesi Grant and Flying Officer David Afokanga. And the supernumerary non-commissioned officer is Warrant Officer Class 2 Opoku Wilberforce. The band on parade this morning is the Armed Forces Mass Band, comprising personnel drawn from the Ghana Army, Ghana Navy, and the Ghana Air Force. The band is under the command of the band officer, Sub-Lieutenant Teresa Ananyaku. The band master is Chief Petty Officer Class 1, Boachi Imanota. The drum majors are Warrant Officer Class 2, Yebua Robert, Sergeant Bokete Ni Daniel, and Able Seaman Class 1, Boache Isaac. Distinguished guests, arriving on the square this morning is the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana.
Right! Two! Day!
Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, arriving now is the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Her Excellency, Professor Nana Opoku Agyeman. Shall we please rise to welcome her and remain standing for the national salute? All personnel in uniform are to salute.
National salute. Present. Arms. Ready. Go. Yay. Arms.
You are most welcome, ma'am. Please be seated.
Off. Yay. Arms. Turn. Turn. Ice.
Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, while we await the arrival of the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, permit me to run you through today's program. After the arrival of the President, we shall have the national salute, the national pledge, followed by traditional prayer, Muslim prayer, Christian prayer, then inspection of the parade, and lighting of perpetual flame, after which the band will display. After the band displays, we'll have performances by learners from various schools in the Greater Accra region, after which the parade will advance in review order, followed by the drum appellation, after which the President will deliver his 68th Independence Anniversary Address. That will be the format for today's program. Thank you. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the arrival of the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, kindly permit me to give a brief background of our colors this morning. An important feature of every military parade is the custom of carrying colors or flags. In the past, each regiment or unit carried a flag into battle as a rallying point for its troops. Unlike the colors today, which bear the badges of achievement of a regiment and its crest, early flags were basically banners of just a single color. Colors are so important that during battles in the past, officers and men would rather tear their colors and distribute it among themselves rather than have it fall into the hands of the enemy. The colors never turn back, not even on parade. This is because true soldiers never turn their back to the enemy. Paying compliments to the colors is therefore a tribute to the sovereign authority of the nation, or a military unit's past accomplishments and those who died for those accomplishments. Colors are awarded to a unit by the head of state at a formal and a solemn ceremony. On parade this morning are the National Army, Navy, and Air Force colors. Carrying the national color is Captain Henry Ochre Pempe. The color escort is Warrant Officer Class 2, Blair Pascal. The Army color is carried by Captain Theophilus Osei. The color escorts are Staff Sergeant Okwesi Michael and Staff Sergeant Salifu Mubarak. The Naval Ensign is Sub-Lieutenant Joseph Mali Dindon, and his escorts are Chief Petty Officer Class 2 Eyuku Quest Edward and Petty Officer Class 2 Owuswan Sir Patrick. The Air Force color is carried by Flying Officer Mark Kwesi Boache, and the escorts are Warrant Officer Class 2 Aku Michael and Flight Sergeant Eiple Desmond. Distinguished guests, our two smartly dressed car orderlies are personnel from the Ghana Military Police. The car orderlies for this year's anniversary parade are Lance Corporal Yebua Rebecca and Lance Corporal Ajopo Esther. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the President will be escorted by the Police Mounted Squadron. The Police Mounted Squadron was formed in 1940 with 7 horses. They are commanded by Assistant Superintendent of Police, Mary Agamba. The core mandate of the unit was to provide ceremonial escorts for the governor. The horses are also used for patrol duties. Some of the names of the horses on parade this morning are Peace and Love, Sunshine, Lion Heart, Mighty Ocean, Step by Step, and last but not the least, Go Ahead. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, while we await the arrival of the President, the band will give us some tunes. Thank you. Thank you very much, the band. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, arriving on the square now is the President of the Republic of Ghana and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and his spouse, Her Excellency Mrs. Lordina Mahama.
Rise! Rise! Huh!
I wish to respectfully request that we all rise as the President proceeds to the saluting days. The President is being escorted by the police mounted squadron.
Rise! Go! Yay! Arms!
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the President is being escorted by the police mounted squadron. The police mounted squadron was formed in 1940 with 7 horses. As the President proceeds to the saluting days, we remain standing for the national salute. This will be followed by the national pledge.
Rise! National salute! 3,